What's going on, guys? Welcome back to today's video. As you can see by the title and thumbnail, I am going to be going over everything I can remember of my 1992 Foxbody GT, so let's run it. So let's start off with the motor. It is a Ford Performance 363. This is a Boss block. So when I bought the car, it was a 302 stroke to a 347. The only reason it did get changed was because one of my rocker arms collapsed and it destroyed my short block and wiped out my cam. So yeah, here we are with a brand new short block in the car. Took the heads to the machine shop. They looked good, had them all redone, whatever they do, port polish, done. And I used pretty much everything the same intake, same heads. I added AC to the car, which is a must in the summertime. I paired it up with a freshly rebuilt T5 transmission with a twin disc McLeod. And I think someone's pulling up, and a slow GTR. He don't want me to pull out the vet. Get gapped. Psych, I'll get slaughtered. They 10s, but they clean. Sorry. Oh. Yeah, she far from stock, boys. She far from stock. Is that a Nissan? Is that a Nissan? What is that? All right, guys, for the interior, I had the guys at Revolution go through the whole car, front to rear. As you can see, I did change the seats. I did have Corbos in the car before. They sucked. The seating position was way too high. I had to get a low fitment bracket for the car, which I just ordered right off Corbo's website. I'm 6 foot and this car is a little tight for me, so with that, and everyone else has been pretty tall that fits in this car. They love the seating position, so highly recommend that. I believe these are the RRS Corbo seats with the white inside stitching with the diamond like stitch pattern, and I just got the Corbo harnesses to match. They are pretty good. They're easy. All you got to do is click right here, click the buckle, and then when you get back in the car, just pull each strap on each side and they tighten up, or you just pull the top up here and it will loosen. So that's a really easy and good buy for the seats. And I actually like driving with these better than the traditional seatbelt, because I don't know, the other seatbelt always rubs on my neck, and this one just sits nice and perfect. This is a Ford Performance Sparco steering wheel with the NRG quick release setup. I'm not a huge fan of the Alcantara. It is nice. I don't know, sometimes it just gives me chills. I'm just not a fan of it. It just makes my hands feel weird. But on a nice, like, cool day, it does feel all right, so I recommend it. For the speakers, I actually went with, hard to believe, I went with a boat speaker, just because they are water resistant. Not waterproof to the max, but these cars do have like leaking problems, so I figured maybe if the car was left outside in the rain and it seeped through the seam right here, it would be perfectly fine if it got a little bit of water on it, nothing crazy. Plus, I didn't want speakers. I didn't want speakers in the car that had an extreme amount of bass. I just like good, like high quality music, nothing like to shake or rattle the car. When we were taking everything out, this car was a good buy, just for the simple fact it had a lot of money invested in it in sound deadening. If I can find some pictures of when we were taking it apart, I'll try to throw them up for you guys. Actually, they are on my Instagram, so if you want to go check that out. My Instagram is the same as my YouTube. They're way down there, but maybe I'll post them on my story and show you guys. When someone else had this car, they put sound deadening on the inside of the door panel and on the outside, then put the door panels back on, and it was completely filled front to back with sound deadening, which makes the car a lot more quiet when you drive, and not as much stuff rattles as a traditional Fox body. That's pretty much it for the interior. I found it in Clayton, North Carolina. The owner's name is Chip. He's a super nice guy. I actually saw this car on Instagram. I made a post and I was like, who owns this car? And some guy commented and said the owner's name is Chip. That is all I know. So I went on Facebook, I was searching everywhere. I was typing in the name Chip, looking on Foxbody forums, because I'm on pretty much all of them. And I finally came across a guy named Chip, and he had this exact car in his profile. And I messaged him. 2 or 3 days went by. I think it was almost at a week, and he finally responded. And I was like, hey man, do you own this car? Sorry to be nosy. Just wanted to ask if you would sell it. He said specifically, anything is for sale for the right price. So I hooked the truck and trailer up, and I drove all the way down to Clay, North Carolina. Fell in love with this car. I saw all the good performance mods it had. Built 347 stroker motor. Like I was saying, the Brumbos, everything. It has the Maximum. I can't remember the exact name. Let me show you guys on my phone 1 second. I noticed it had the Maximum grip box package from Maximum Motorsports. It comes with like the whole K-member, a whole bunch of like suspension stuff underneath, sway bars, links, everything you could possibly think in upper and lower control arms. So this just handling package alone on this car is $5,500. And I saw that and I was like, okay, this car probably handles pretty good for being an old Mustang. And it really does from other Fox bodies that I have driven. So it is on rails compared to others, because back in the day, these cars weren't really built to handle. They came with like 200 something horsepower, and they were just like, whatever, throw a V8 in it, man, straight axle, and let everyone have fun with it, honestly. So yeah, once I noticed that, I was like, okay, this car has been built well. I don't know when it was built, and I was like, this car has a lot of money in it with the wheels, the brakes, the suspension, the motor and intake and stuff. So whoever owned this car before Chip, because Chip did not do all the stuff to it, he bought the car as is and didn't really touch it, he just drove it. And I just was like, okay, I have to have it. And then once I got it, I went from front to back through the car, and just here we are now. I'm about to put the car on the lift right now, and I'm gonna show you guys my whole exhaust setup and what mufflers I have. The headers are BBK headers. Yeah, once I get on the car, I'm gonna show you guys everything, all the painting and stuff we did, like such as the engine bay, the transmission tunnel, all underneath the car was resprayed. So yeah, let's get on the lift and I'll show you what's done. You won't let it eat in the neighborhood? No los cojones, senor. Light them up. One wheel peel. Our neighborhood hates us. Sorry, my dad had to just send it in the Raptor. Yo.
Jacob, did I put Ozzy?
No, you spun one wheel. Your shit's weak. Tundra could have did a better burnout.
Piece of shit.
Car's on the lift right now. I'm gonna show you everything underneath and show you the suspension stuff I was talking about. The only thing that was changed out was the shocks from Maximum Motorsports. We had to change them to a Bilstein because something was wrong with the shocks, but I can't remember exactly. So they were changed, and you can see it's a lot of stuff going on under here. It's not your traditional Fox body. And I had all this, as you can see right here. All this was sanded and repainted on the car. It's like, I don't know, it's not like a bed liner material, but it's like a real like rough, rugged, like it's easy to spray off, like maybe have 1,000 miles on it driving around and it doesn't even look dirty. For the exhaust, everyone was wondering what I have. I have Dynamax mufflers. When I got the car, it was a whole one-piece exhaust, so the shop actually had to cut it up, make an H-pipe, and connect it to my BBK long tube headers. Car looks pretty good from underneath. For the age of the car, everything's pretty straight. Torque boxes weren't ever ripped out of this car. Everything was pretty good, solid, weld-wise, and all around straight Fox body for the most part. And you can see how big my oil pan is. This is the 7-quart oil pan. So, yeah, it's pretty thick. What are y'all doing? Everyone saw that was Meatball, and Guido was straight. Yeah, Meatball, you just been exposed. How do you feel? Stupid. In other good news, maybe my luck is taking a turn. On the way home, the nail came out, and I didn't lose any air, so it looks like we're gonna have to send it on these tires a little more, boys. Even though they're pretty old, but they're not like dry rotted or anything. Like there's no reason to get rid of them. Someone commented and said the code on the tires was from 2013. So I don't know. I don't even know how you look that up. I did pay a lot of money for this car. I paid $18,000 for the car. It was a lot. My mind was straight set on it, and I was like, you know what? I've been thinking about them, talking about them, looking for a Fox body for over 1.5 years, and I found one pretty much exactly the way I wanted it, full blown ready to go. And I was like, I just pulled the trigger on it, and here we are. She's not going anywhere anytime soon. She's here for the long haul. Just gonna have to clean it up a little more. Go through the whole interior, change a lot of the piece in there, maybe change a new front bumper, put a Cobra one, put a Cobra rear bumper. Just go through the whole car and make sure it's like show quality and be ready to do some autocrossing events. All right guys, that is gonna wrap up today's video. I'm sure I missed something on the Fox. I had a long day today, my mind's been all over the place. Just got back from work a little bit ago. Just trying to bang out this video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you drop a thumbs up. It really helps a lot. We're almost at 10K. That's awesome. I wouldn't think I'd be at the position that I am now. It makes me proud because all the hard work me and my buddy Steve been putting into the channel, it's showing. It's pretty crazy of how things took off and the opportunities we have got to meet new people. Life works in mysterious ways, guys, and if I had to give anyone a piece of advice right now, I would honestly say just worry about yourself. Focus on what you want to do in life and good things will come. Don't worry about what others have, because if you're focused on what everyone else is doing, believe me, that person that's already doing better than you is just gonna get farther ahead of you, and you're still gonna be in your same mindset, complaining about the stuff you don't have or you wish you had, or the excuses of why you don't have it. So yeah, that's just a piece of advice. Just keep grinding and stay focused, and young people can do whatever they want. The world is yours, and just gotta do it and hustle. Other than that, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm Jake. I'm out. Peace.